I talked about this yesterday with what happened to Charlie Kirk. He was assassinated. Political violence, political assassination. I think I know who is responsible for this, and I think that they're the same people who run our government. And I'll explain. This was a political assassination on the same level as Martin Luther King Jr., RFK Sr., JFK Sr., JFK Jr., Malcolm X, Michael Jackson, yes. I think that Palantir used this to, because, well, think about it. They hate Americans being armed. They want to unarm you. So what do? They set this whole thing up in a place where you can carry a gun on campus. Because Republicans said, yes, we want open carry on campus, and they passed this in Utah. So this gunman did not shoot Charlie Kirk from front, because as the witness said, the bullet came out this way. It means he was shot from behind. And the guy they took into custody initially was not the shooter, because the shooter was a professional hitman. And who are the most successful people who commit assassinations? MASAD. So I think Palantir did this to turn Charlie Kirk into a martyr to get what they want. People are saying, what's going to happen next? Well, say goodbye to your rights to own gun. That is going to happen. Trump doesn't care about your rights to guns. And honestly, he doesn't believe in you owning guns. And that's true. He tried to take bump stocks, and it was illegal. But here's the thing. This shooting, they're going to use it to essentially go after guns and take them away. You understand? So I think, Pat, this makes total sense. This political assassination was done by them in the government. They've already divided the country. You have the far left lunatics who, when the Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade because they said it was unconstitutional, which it was, what happened? You literally had these fucking freaks on the left screaming to go assassinate Amy Coney Barrett and other conservative justices, because how dare they didn't ban abortion. They sent it back to the states where it should have always remained, which is exactly what Trump said. He didn't want to ban it. He wanted to leave it up to the states where it was legal and let states decide, which is how it should be. And so there you go. But the far left always likes to advocate violence. So Palantir used this. They used it. They're the ones usually behind these mass shootings. School shootings. Oh, the FBI knew about the shooter. You had 2 Democrats shot at. Yeah. They'll orchestrate these things. And it's funny, when people brought up that, a leftist killed Charlie Kirk, a leftist said, hey, well, Democrats were killed by a far right. There was never any proof of that. That statement has never been proven. There's no proof a far left lunatic did this, but that's what they want you to think. Palantir is good at manipulation, and I'm going to say it right now to all the fucking far left black people who go, well, we have to be soft on crime. We can't put mentally ill people, lock them up. You get the stabbing in Charlotte. It's your fault. That woman's dead. I blame all you on the left who screeched about George Floyd and all the fucking idiots who fell for that fucking psyop by Palantir, who run the government. They are the CIA. And they also run Hollywood. They are the ones behind everything that's going on in Israel, Gaza. So right now, you have a man murdered. You're already hearing the politicization from AOC and others. We need to take guns away, which is exactly what they want to do. You had politicians condemn the shooting. The shooter has not been caught, which tells me this is probably someone in MASAD. And they'll probably find somebody to take the fall, and like they did with Lee Harvey Oswald, or the white guy they put in prison for, MLK's murder, or the guy they put in prison for RFK Sr.'s murder. Yeah, the CIA will kill their own citizens. They want you, as Eric July said, they want you dead. The people running this country hate all of you. They hate all of us. They have divided us into. This is why all the stupid communists that go, you are never going to overthrow this government. You will fail on day one. The fucking conservatives are never going to join you. You've already lost the argument. With the death of this woman and Charlie Kirk, your fucking whole is over. No one's going to join you anymore. Your psycho fucking utopia got a woman killed, and your fucking far fucking extremism got Charlie Kirk killed. And Palantir, I believe, is behind this. Think about, and they are the CIA, you morons. The Pal Mafia, the Palantir boys. They run Hollywood, they run the tech companies. They orchestrated this assassination. And look at what happened. You had sick fucks. I'm not even going to show the shit. Because I watched, it was disgusting. He was shot through the back. It came out this way. The video's hard to watch. Just like the woman stabbed on the train. The guy premeditated. And the city was going to do nothing about it. The DA wasn't even. They waited to see if the Department of Justice waited. Nothing was being done to prosecute this guy, so they took over. They're taking it out of the city and saying, we're going to federally prosecute this guy based on the crime he committed on public transportation, which means he either will get life in prison or the death penalty. Yeah, idiots wanting to raise money for this psychopath. You can be mentally ill. Mental illness does not excuse the fact that this was a premeditated murder. I'm sick of it being, he's schizophrenic. Fuck you. I'm bipolar. You could fuck right off. It's this whole systemic racism bullshit angle. The fucking far left like to cry racism as they did an actual survey. They asked every race in America, who the most racist group in America? They all of them unanimously said black people. And that is true. They're the most, they hate their own race. They pretend, we're on being, no, you actually hate each other. Chris Rock said the most racist people in America are black people. 88% of all murders committed on black people are by black people. That's what you can't talk about. When you try to bring that up, black people go, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. It's systemic bullshit. That's why Savvy, Nick Cruz, and fucking retard Rome don't want to talk about. The facts don't match up to your fucking stupidity of racism. Most police shootings, there are some where they crossed the line, but most are because the suspect caused it. Like trying to run a cop over. Or in the case of a drug dealer shooting at the police through a door. Or in the case of George Floyd, you put yourself on the ground. You drug addict piece of shit. Oh, if you didn't know, I was talking about Breonna Taylor. Yeah, her boyfriend shot at the fucking police through the door when they knocked. So, the worst is coming. Yes. We're going to see fucking them push legislation to restrict guns, possibly to get rid of the Second Amendment, because they're going to say, we can't trust the public with guns. Look, we have too many shootings. And it's true. Too many people are being killed by guns. Am I against people? No. But we have people killing each other with guns. Charlie Kirk was killed with a gun. This is the problem. And all the far left, they're like, get rid of guns. The criminals still have them. Don't worry, they'll still have their fucking guns. But Palantir wants to unarm you. So when they finish their police state, you won't be able to fight back. And we just got rid of guns, the violence would stop. Oh, shut the fuck up. Go look at England. They have no guns, and yet they have fucking other weapons, being knives. They're trying to claim katanas are killing people. No, it's usually knives. If you take the guns away, people find other ways to kill each other. They do it all the time. This is who you fuckers are, and I've said this before. Your nature is to wipe yourselves out. You proved this. A guy took out a tiny knife, something like what I have here. See this? This is a tiny pocket knife. I sometimes carry it with me. He did this on that, he held it, he looked at her for a second, got up, and he stabbed her in the neck like this. 3 times, walked around while the blood was dripping, and the people didn't notice because they were on their phones. That's why nobody saw what happened until a guy realized something was wrong, saw the blood, walked over, realized, tried to give her, took off his shirt, trying to help her, but it was too late. They called called the police. They called the police when they got there. The guy was walked off the train, didn't even try to run away. He was waiting outside. He told the police, yeah, I killed her. His own mother tried to have him committed. This shit is because the left thinks that we can live in a socialist utopia if we just be kind and... No, I'm mentally ill. Lock the fuckers up. Lock these fucking psychos up. Stop using mental illness as a crutch and excuse to let people get away with it. And guess what? Fuck all of you who say that shit. He should have been locked up. His mother tried to get him. But you all went, no, we have to have feelings for this fucking schizophrenic who murdered a woman. He's been arrested 14 fucking times. And this last time, a woman, as Legal Mindset point out, wasn't even a lawyer, and legally somehow became a judge in North Carolina, because that's apparently legal to make anybody who isn't been a lawyer or a judge. And she let him out, and he went and killed. I want her prosecuted for murder. I want this. The family definitely going to sue. Sue the judge, sue the mayor, sue the city, and fucking sue the prosecutor's office. And, yeah, the whole system. Sue them all for failing to do anything about this. This is why it isn't fucking... It's these blue cities inside red states that are the problem. They're run by fucking idiots there. Vote these Democrats in. You got exactly what you asked for. Getting back to Charlie Kirk. What did he do? He talked to people. I heard July say he's had a conversation with them. Didn't agree with everything. You don't have to agree with somebody to talk to them. Hell, from what I understand, he talked to actual transgender people. How many on the left talk to a person on the right? Never will. They'll scream, racism. You bring up race, the left, their card is racism. They lose. And they're all celebrating Charlie Kirk. Oh, these are the same fucks who are going to get exactly. Yeah, they live in these blue cities and they go, well, let's let these people be homeless, drug addicts, and guess what's going to happen? One of them is going to get it. From one of these criminals, or one of the fucking black criminals they want locked up is going to come and rob them. They're going to get the shit beaten out of them, or killed. And nobody's going to care. That's the big problem here. So I do think they're going to go after guns. And I think the CIA, like I said, Palantir runs the CIA. I think they planned this out to go after guns. Because they want you unarmed when they complete their police state. Why would you want civilians to be able to stand up to you? So you get rid of the guns. That's what I think is coming. I think that's what the fucking thing... all these lefts are thinking, well, we take guns away, the violence will not... No, it won't, you dumb motherfuckers. Violence will still be here. People use knives and other things to kill your ass. And that's the thing is, people, if they want to kill you, they will fucking kill you with a fucking fork. Yes, you don't need a gun to kill somebody. People want to kill, they'll use anything. Hell, a fucking fork, a knife. Hell, a spoon, you dumb motherfuckers. You don't need a gun to kill. You just need a determination to want to murder somebody. That's all it takes. And even fucking schizophrenic can have murderous intent. We already saw that. So all this shit of, get rid of guns. We need to take guns away. We'll all be safe. Fuck every one of you. I believe people should. I don't want the left to ever have guns. They're all too unhinged to fucking have guns. I say lock them all up. Put them in one place where they can't harm anyone. They want to live in the socialists and communists want to live together. I've got it. Let's put them in a fucking lawless area. They can live in their dystopian fucking hellscape where they can fucking all die together. Yeah, they can live with all their all their drug addicts and mentally ill people. Yeah, I'm not joking. Let's take a place, find them, I don't know, and turn it into New York, like an Escape from New York. Wall it off and put them all in there. Put them in their drug addicts, their they're mentally ill, they're homeless, they're fucking criminals. Yeah, all the communists and socialists can all live in their fucking utopia. See how it turns out for them. I'm sick of it. I'm not going to fucking support the far left anymore. And I mean it. This whole thing is because Palantir played you all. And now your guns are going to be taken away. And I warned you. This was coming. Kit Cabell warned you. All it took was this assassination for them to now push for a gun law to overturn the Second Amendment. And if you don't think they'll do it, trust me, this fucking Supreme Court will absolutely validate the removal of fucking the Second Amendment, because now people can't be trusted. And all it took was killing Charlie Kirk, was murdering him in public, through the back of the fucking neck. Not some guy on a roof is, oh, look over there. They didn't catch the shooter because he walked out. Because everyone thought he was out here in the crowd. He was in behind where you didn't see him. In the, hiding. Where you didn't look. Behind Charlie Kirk. Off somewhere, where you're not seeing him. And he stood there and he pulled the gun out and he shot him through the back of the neck, and it came out this end. Bullet came out here, as a witness said to the media. He stood there and watched as the bullet exited this side, and he saw the blood gushing out. Yeah. This was a professional hit. This wasn't some leftist retard, because they don't know how to professionally assassinate somebody. The best, most professional assassins in the world are MASAD. This was definitely a professional hit. Yeah. Yeah. This was not some leftist fucking retard, just like the fake attempt on Trump's life. No, this was a professional fucking hit, like all the others you've ever heard of, from MLK, Malcolm X, JFK Sr., RFK Sr., were all professional hits. Pulled off by the CIA using, most likely, MASAD, who can go anywhere and be anyone. They can look like anyone. You wouldn't even know they were standing next to you. Or come behind you, pulling out a gun, and putting a suppressor so you didn't hear it. You know how you didn't hear it? Because the suppressor deafens the sound of a bullet being fired. Or maybe they have perfected a silencer, because you could not hear the bullet fired. Yeah, I listened to it. There was no sound that he was even shot. It was the bullet coming through, and people seeing him shot and seeing the blood. That's when they realized. That's when people panicked and ran. They didn't hear the bullet fire, which means it wasn't they may have actually created a silencer. There was no sound to the bullet being fired. No one heard a bullet being fired. They all were standing there looking looking at Charlie Kirk, and the bullet came through. That's when they knew something was wrong. When they saw, the guy said he saw the bullet come through, and that's when he saw the blood. He couldn't believe how much blood was pouring out, and that's when they started running for their lives. They didn't run because the bullet was fired. They ran when they saw when they saw the blood and knew something was wrong, and that's when panic set in. People ran. There was no sound of a bullet fired. Suppressors, you can still hear the bullet. This means somehow they got a professional hitman. They may have actually created because this thing a bullet was fired, but you never heard the actual bullet fired. So they must have created some way to silence a silencer. Because nobody heard a bullet fired. You couldn't hear it. You've heard nothing. I've seen the video. There was no sound of a bullet fired. People didn't even know he was shot until they saw one guy said he saw the bullet come out and then saw the blood, and that's when he knew he had been shot. That was it. That's when they knew he was shot. Not beforehand or heard a bullet, only afterwards. And this was done professionally, not by some leftist retard who screamed, "Oh, I'm glad Charlie Kirk's dead." This was a professional hit. And there's only one. There's the Marines, and then there's fucking MASAD. I believe Palantir set up, assassinated Charlie, and make him a martyr for their cause of taking your fucking guns away. Yeah. To prove me wrong. That's what I think happened. I think Charlie Kirk was assassinated for them to take your guns away. Unarmed civilian can't fight back against the fucking what's coming. And two, you're not a united country. They've divided you so fucking from me. You got leftist retards going, "Yeah, Charlie Kirk's dead." sending ghoulish messages to his widow. Are you enjoying it, fucking you on the left? Because now you'll get your wish, no guns. Yet the violence will still continue. And then it'll get military. Yeah. You think Trump's done with Chicago? It ends there? No, it's going to spread. Because now his friend has been killed. You guys fucking cheered someone Trump knew, Charlie Kirk. I think he and Trump were friends. They hung out a lot. Charlie Kirk was close to Donald Trump. He'd never known anybody murdered by assassinated. You could tell it affected Donald Trump. This is where things change. They took out someone he cared about, and you fuckers cheering this on, watch when you lose your guns. Because that's coming. This was never the time to celebrate his assassination. And like I said, I think Palantir, these sick fucking psychopaths, were behind it. Because they want your guns gone. And they used this to they already knew Trump doesn't like people owning guns. And getting the Republican Party, kill someone like Charlie Kirk will get every member of the Republican Party on board with taking people's guns away. We can't let the populace have guns. MASAD was used. Palantir set this up, and it worked so perfect because they've already turned you against each other that this assassination now benefits their cause of unarming you. And Republicans will join the Democrats who already want to get rid of guns. Palantir wants you unarmed. Trump's been in favor of that. Now the rest of the Republican Party will join in. They'll pass a law called the Charlie Kirk Law to take your guns away to protect other people from gun violence. There you go. That's what I believe is going to happen. And this is fucked up. Charlie Kirk's death is being politicized, and it is. It will be. And the left will go, yeah. And people like me who are not on the right or left fucking condemn this shit. And there aren't enough fucking people. I mean, I was surprised, and I'll say it, I was surprised Do Dissidents didn't come out and make a video. I think they'll probably talk about it today. I saw Garland Nixon cover it. Legal Mindset. Nate the lawyer. I even saw, I forget her name, she lives in Poland. She did a video today. I haven't watched it yet. But there were Larry, God, from New York, I forget his last name. Larry Sharp. He actually covered it. Yeah. I'm not on the left. I'm not on the right. I saw Eric July do 2 videos about this. I saw him and Az talk about it. I saw Az talk about it. I saw Ryan Cannell talk about it. What this does is unify normal people. I'm bipolar, and I fucking hate this shit. And Barron talked about it. His wife, Sugar Tits, talked about it. People around the world saw this. MSNBC tried to play a joke saying, oh, it might have been one of his supporters. And then somebody said something twisted, and they lost their job. And some bitch who lost her job at DC Comics because she came out and basically celebrated Charlie Kirk's assassination. And yeah, she got fired, I think. And all these game developers for this game that's supposed to be from Sucker Punch decided to jump on the bandwagon to celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. And of course, people are pissed off. He didn't deserve to die for what? Having milquetoast comments, wanting to talk to people, sitting down talking to transgender people. All he said was men should not be in women's sports. He's right. Most people agree with that. Also, transgenders who go through the full surgery aren't going to prey on children. But men who pretend to be women, say, I identify as a woman, go in and they're still men, should not be in girls' dressing rooms. Yes. But people who actually, like Hunter Schafer went through the whole surgery, in every way presents as a woman, even though he's not. Biologically, he's a male, but he presents as a woman because he went and had this surgery. That's different. And even actual transgender people would agree, men should not be playing in women's sports. That's all Charlie Kirk and J.K. Rowling and others said. But the left lunatic fucking psychos said, oh, men should be able to play in women's sports. No, they shouldn't. But we have an unhinged world, and it's been pushed by Palantir to divide you against each other so you can't stand up to them. Now they're going to come for your guns. Things are fucking terrible in Europe. France has fallen. UK arrest people for calling police Muppets. Yes. And Israel attacked Qatar to take out Hamas. And I don't buy for 1 second that the Qatari government wasn't informed. They knew and they allowed it to happen because they work with Israel. So don't buy that shit. Nepal failed because the youth did an uprising over the way the rich were acting. Yeah, they did. They overthrew, and that most likely, and I'll say it right now, was done by our government to get rid of the current government. Yeah, just like what they're doing in Indonesia. So, yeah. So, do you understand? This whole thing was planned by Palantir. They used Charlie Kirk and they assassinated him. And the assassin probably isn't even here anymore. They'll find somebody to take the full claim. It's a leftist that killed Charlie Kirk. They always do this. And people go, yes, kill that person. They'll want the death penalty. The mob will want blood, death. Just like with this woman who was killed on the train. They'll want that guy either life in prison or the death penalty. Depends on which way the Department of Justice goes with that. Because it's life or death. He'll never get out if he goes to prison. And it'll be a prison that the state will have no say over. But yeah, I believe the CIA did this, turned him into a martyr to do one thing: take your guns away. So I think that's coming. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it, but I don't think I am. And people are freaking out. There are people legitimately worried what this will do, what the government's going to do next. I think Second Amendment's going bye-bye. I think they have Republicans now on board. I guarantee you there's not one Republican that's going to stand opposed to taking guns away because of what happened to Charlie Kirk. He didn't deserve this, and your gun rights are about to go fucking hell. Trump went after bump stocks. Then the Supreme Court said, this Supreme Court will side with Trump. Everybody hated most people, rational people, hated what happened to Charlie Kirk. He didn't deserve to die. So fuck all you that celebrated it. I mean it. I fucking despise you. I despise the left in general because they get innocent people killed and then they cry, we can't, fuck off. Fuck off socialists and communists. You're fucking screwed in my book. I don't care anymore. This shit proves you people don't know what you're fucking doing. God damn, I'm sick of it. I'm done. I'm not going to celebrate communism or socialism. And I'm done with this far left fucking shit. I try to be impartial. I was listening. I used to be like when Trump was first term. I didn't vote for him, but I saw what he was doing. I followed, and he kept some of his promises. Some he didn't. He seemed to want to, overall, tried his best, but he was fucked over because he fucked himself over. And I only voted for him because I thought, oh yeah, keep Biden out of the White House. That didn't work out. Palantir put Biden in. Yeah. So here we go. They're going to take your guns away. That's what I believe is going to happen. I believe Palantir, this was a professional assassination because the shooter did it from behind and you didn't even see the shooter. They took a guy in custody, realized they don't know where the shooter is, which means he was probably MASAD. He's already back home. No one saw the shooter. And it wasn't some idiot on a roof. This was a professional hit. He walked up behind Charlie Kirk when nobody was even noticing it and didn't hear the bullet fired. Only saw the aftermath, the bullet coming out in the blood, and that's when people fucking ran for their lives. Think about that. Didn't hear the bullet fired. Terrifying. If they actually create a silencer, that's fucking terrifying. This person, no one even knew. It had happened until they saw the fucking blood. One person said he saw the bullet come out of this side of his neck. Which means it came from behind, not the front. Yeah, he was assassinated by a professional. This was a professional hit job because the killer's not been killed, and the killer was never seen or heard. That's a professional. And the only people who would pull off professional hit jobs are the fucking CIA. Who runs CIA? Palantir. So there you go, people. Charlie Kirk is a martyr for their cause of taking your fucking guns away. Enjoy. This is Gilgamesh. I will talk to you later. Bye.